Last week, Election Day, Ohio voters sent a message to Republicans, a message which they should have already heard loud and clear, that women want reproductive rights, period. Ever since the fall of Roe, everything that Republicans, as far as reproductive choices, have put on ballots, they have lost. They have lost 7 straight. You would think that they would get tired of losing, but no. Even after the voters say, yes, we want reproductive rights enshrined in our Constitution, Republicans are like, do we really feel like listening to the voters? I don't know. This is what these people did. Some Ohio GOP lawmakers attempting to undermine democratic process after voters vote to protect reproductive choices. These people are like, we're going to circumvent what they want. The decisive legalization and protection of reproductive choice and other care in Ohio has infuriated some fringe Ohio Republican lawmakers, so much so that they are threatening to alter the democratic process in their favor. So, and that is honestly how they got to be ruby red anyway, because Ohio is honestly a purple state with urban areas and the college towns. Ohio is actually purple, but Republican lawmakers have gerrymandered it to the point that it is a red state. Just another article. Top Ohio Republicans indicate bill blocking judicial review of state reproductive laws won't pass. A pair of top Ohio Republicans are throwing cold water on some GOP lawmakers' hopes to pass legislation stripping Ohio judges of the power to rule on the state's new reproductive rights amendment. Ohio House Speaker Jason Stephens said Tuesday that he doesn't consider the proposal, which would directly challenge the traditional separation of powers between the state's legislation and judicial branches, to be serious legislation. All right, so he's like, this is not serious. These people are so unserious. So I like this title. I like the subtitle, Pumping the Brakes, Ohio House Speaker dismisses effort to limit court jurisdiction on issue 1. This is schoolhouse rock type stuff, he said, because it is preposterous. Even some Republicans have to swoop in and say, nah, fam, we kind of lost this one. So, like I said, directly after issue 1 passed, some of these other Republicans are like, no, we don't care. And then some people that have a little bit of sense is like, no, this is not how it works, fam. So that is what is going on in Ohio.
All right, Ohio, I have an update for you about issue 1. You may remember that on Saturday I posted this very badly lit TikTok telling you about some new threats that the Ohio Republicans were making. Basically, an Ohio Republican, Jennifer Gross, was threatening to introduce a law that would essentially take the power to interpret issue 1 away from the state's courts and give it solely to the Republican majority in the legislature. This would have essentially been a very backhanded and unconstitutional way of subverting and going around issue 1, and therefore the will of Ohio voters. This is her, by the way. She glows with fascism. Anyway, judging by how many times that single TikTok was viewed, I have to guess that the overwhelming reaction across the board was very negative. We do know for sure that Gross received a lot of pushback, including from a constituent at a town hall. Lots of people called the Speaker of the House, too. In any event, yesterday, Ohio House Speaker Jason Stephens came out and said that bill was going nowhere. He added, "This is schoolhouse rock type stuff." In other words, basic civics. How so? Let me quote David Pepper, the former chair of the Ohio Democratic Party, who wrote, "This proposal violates the principle of separation of powers that undergirds the rule of law in American government. And for once, the Republicans in Ohio are going to at least pretend they agree." Even Republican Governor Mike DeWine decided he needed to weigh in on this. Basically said, look, there's 132 members of the General Assembly. They introduce all kinds of crazy stuff. Doesn't mean it's gonna pass. Doesn't it, though? You guys have been so sane and restrained until this point. But there's more good news. There had also been talk of putting a new anti-abortion ballot measure on the ballot in 2024. But Speaker Stephens also indicated that for now at least, Republicans will not do that incredibly stupid thing either. He added, "We've had a couple of votes on that already. I think we already know what the result would be." In another term for this guy? Yeah, you're probably right. Regardless, it seems that for now, Ohio Republicans have decided to backtrack, and that's a great thing. Does that mean that we can take our eyes off of them for a while? Hell no. They are absolutely looking for a new way to take away your freedom. Put nothing past them and stay vigilant. But also, my friends, never forget one thing. They know what you're capable of now. I'm so proud of you for it.